Hi everyone, the tech tool that I am going to be sharing with you today is Khan Academy. This is a free resource that is available online as well as an app for the iPad and for cell phones. One of the really nice things about Khan Academy is that you can log in as a student, a teacher, or a parent, so it's a great way to keep communication up about how a student is progressing. So if you are a new user, you're going to go ahead and select which person you are and follow the steps for registration. Since I already have an account, I'm going to go ahead and log in with Google. One of the nice features about Khan Academy is it links directly to Google Classroom. So this will help students in the ease of finding their assignments and stuff. All their information will still be listed on Google Classroom and can link them back to this website. One of the nice features of Khan Academy that is helpful for English language learners is that you can switch the website into another language. So that translates the entire website into that native language so that students can learn in the way that they are most comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to English before we continue this tour. Back to the main page up top here, you will see the two different options for how you can start. So you can either start by searching a topic, which I have pulled up here, and that'll give you the videos, articles, which is their way of notes, or exercises for a topic. The videos obviously play as a resource for students to learn the material. You can turn on the closed captioning so that the students can see the words as well. And they also provide a transcript and a little description for what is going on in the video. Additionally, Khan Academy offers articles, which is their version of notes for how to do the exercise or for how to do a particular topic. So it's giving you that multiple means of representation, and it's got a lot of visuals as well as the words. So that helps the students with multiple examples and builds in tips as well. And then it gives them an idea of what their next step is going to be, so where they should be going. So Khan Academy does a great job of providing a checklist for students to go through, which you can see on this left-hand side, making it very easy for the students to set goals, which is another one of those UDL principles. So that first option was to use the search function to get students started. The other option is to go ahead and click on courses, and Khan Academy has a bunch of pre-designed material that students can use to learn topics. It started as a math website, which is why there is the most math information, but this tool can also be used by other subject areas as they are moving into developing those resources, as well as post-secondary resources over here. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a little preview. We're going to go ahead and click on the 5th grade math just to give you an idea of what it would look like initially when you log in. So over here is the course summary, again giving students another place where they can see that checklist of progress. On this right-hand side, it shows you all of the possible units within this course, breaking them down into like pieces so that the students know what topics that they are working on. If we go ahead and click into one of those topics, it has all of the videos, which are shown by this little play button, and those articles or notes all linked within one specific topic. And it also keeps those practice resources or those exercises right within that material. So if I were to go ahead and click start, it tells me the different levels I need to reach to be proficient with this skill. And I can go ahead and click start exercise. One resource that's great within this Khan Academy setup is that if students click on that little pen on the bottom, they can write right on the screen. So they could show their division of 2 dividing 1. It's a little bit tricky if you are not on an iPad or some sort of cell phone where you could just use your finger to draw, but again, that resource is available online. Students are able to click on, after we get out of the pen, able to click on videos. If they click get hint before they answer a question, it's going to automatically count that answer as wrong. So if I go ahead and put in a wrong answer quickly, it's going to tell me to get help, which will bring me back to these video resources, or you can move on. So you can teach students that coping skill, which is another UDL principle, of how to deal with adversity when they're getting stuck on problems. If you need to move on and go to a different skill, you can come back to it later. So now that I've answered the question and I hit get hint, they're telling me exactly what I need to do. So it's saying for this one, you need to memorize that it's 0.5, which is something that students should do. So students would keep working through that exercise all the way. They need to get 10 of the 14 questions to reach that first level. And again, that would show up on this left-hand side how they are progressing. So students really like that. They are able to see their progress at all times on those individual skills. So another great resource that we have, if I go back to that main page of 5th grade, is if I click on Mission, we can start students at a differentiated location. So it would pop up momentarily. It's going to pop up this pretest, and students would go through and take this quick 6-question pretest. They would go through and, they would go through and answer all of the questions, which I am just going to do very briefly. And again, similar to before, it's going to go ahead and tell them the if they got it right or not. So for example, if I get one wrong and then I click skip for now, the students can move on. And then, so as we are going along, we can go ahead and answer all of those questions. And we've got the final answer. Again, we're going to go ahead and say we got one wrong. So it shows students all those different things that they need to either work on, so this needs practice area, or they have that level 1, so they've already partially mastered that skill, which would show up on the side. One of the great engagement things in this website is it tracks what's called energy points, and as students earn more energy points, they can get badges and little avatar creatures, which they can show up on their screen and help them out as they are doing the problems. So those are just really fun little motivators for students. Couple of nice things on the teacher side. So I'm going to go back to our main page real quick. And as a teacher, again, I said you can link to Google Classroom or you can create your own classes. Right now I'm using this as a differentiation technique for one of my students. She's a little bit higher. I could use it for students who are lower as well, but I can go in and assign an entire unit, or I can assign a specific lesson for this child, or I can assign specific skills, whether it be videos or exercises. Once those are assigned, they will show up in the Assignments tab, so you can see that this student has all of these assignments that she needs to complete, or you can view by the assignments, which will show you due dates and again when they are completed. As the teacher, you are able to view their progress, so if I click on her report, I'm going to go ahead and see that as she answered the questions, her answers were recorded, and I can see that she got an answer wrong, and I can see also what hints she used along the way to eventually get her correct answer. So those were her first attempts on the problem, and then I can see after the last attempt, she has all of the answers correct. So it's a really good way to track how your students are using the hints, what resources they're using, and how quickly they're picking up on the material. It also works really well as a general class overview. Again, right now I only have one student available in this class. But when you go to these proficiency reports, it shows you the same thing that students can see, their little check marks along the way for how proficient they are. So you can see this student hasn't started a lot of the skills, but for the skills that I have assigned her so far, I can see whether she's familiar, proficient, or eventually when she reaches mastery. So it'll give you a nice class summary. Obviously, again, there's only one student right now, but it would list all the different students who are under each of the levels. So there's a lot of different UDL resources built into this website. If you have any other questions about Khan Academy or how it can be used as a UDL resource, please let me know. Thanks for watching.